Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Study Lounge podcast with Ali Noble here. We have a special show lined up today, and I guess sit back and relax and enjoy the show. So, we have a special guest here with us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Luke, and how's your studies going?
Okay, so first off, my name's Luke Mekea. I'm from PNG. I've been in Australia for about, give or take, I'd say 6 years. And just recently came back to Australia after the whole COVID thing happened. And yeah, just hopping straight back into study now, hoping to get my degree and then hopefully get a PR, move down here.
Nice, nice. Before we get started, I just saw about your studies. So it says that you recently transferred to business and you were in mechanical engineering, if I'm correct.
Yes, yes.
Tell me a little bit about what made you change courses and the mindset that was going through that.
Yeah, all it really came down to was like me just having a long look at what I was studying and then asking myself, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Punching numbers and sitting in, I don't know, an office somewhere. And yeah, it just really didn't seem that enticing to me. But then I tried reaching out to another broad covering degree, which was business.
Yeah,
And yeah, but business compared to engineering, compared to the type of engineering I was studying, I reckon the business degree had more enticing things about it. Like it's not something that's very much locked into an office. It's something you can work um, in your own space with. So that was a very big step for me to do, especially like coming from an islander background. I don't know if you know about islanders, but yeah, our parents are really strict. Once you're set on one part, you just got to see it through. And that was a big step for me and my family to help me overcome that.
thank you, Luke. Nice one. Yeah, studying, I know engineering because I used to do it back in high school. I don't know if it's the same level as university, but I know it was a bit difficult back then. I wonder the stress that you were going through when you were studying for that degree, but
It's just
yeah.
lots of stress.
So I get started with the questions now. So what factors led you to study over in Australia, or like what, I guess, good factors does Australia offer to you for studying?
Coming from the island, Australian university is so different from like the universities we have. I know it sounds cliche, but QT says university for the real world, but that translates to being true for a lot of things. Like we have like the business balls, engineering balls, where you have the opportunity to meet future employers or like-minded people in the same field, and it's very much like setting you up for success before you even have your degree paper. Like even if you don't get a degree, like you're making connections already within the field, which is like a big plus for anyone, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess it gives you that little foundation once you finish your degree to lift you off your feet and get you where you want to go.
Very much.
Could you share the steps that you took to initiate the enrollment process for studying in Australia?
Yeah, for me, it actually wasn't that complicated. I literally just went after graduating high school, just hopped straight on the application portal for QUT, typed in QUT application portal, and then just followed the step-by-step process they have outlined there. And it was daunting at first, doing it yourself. I was like, am I even doing this right? But one thing, again, one more thing different about universities here than where I come from is that there's a very clear line of communication, and people are like, they get back to emails straight away. You don't have to wait like 2, 3 weeks. It's usually within the same week. There's already a reply in your mailbox if you check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it creates good opportunities for you if you get that like easy process. Because I feel like if
Mm,
you're not struggled to enroll, but it's difficult to enroll, it not creates a boundary when you first start school, but it gives you that, oh no, am I doing everything right or am I going down the right way? But an easy
yeah, yeah,
life is a good life.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, bro, very much. Because yeah, the process was just. I can remember when I got the acceptance letter. I was like, whoa. So everything's Everything was so smooth, man. No stress.
Or before studying in Australia, what challenges or difficulties did you face with preparation? I know you said it was an easy enrollment, but were there any challenges that you faced on the way to studying in Australia, or was it all a smooth process?
Biggest thing coming straight out of COVID was just looking for somewhere to stay, like housing, and then on top of that, trying to get a job. Still peak
Yeah,
COVID, like COVID restrictions still on. Yeah, those were definitely like just finding some way to account for my daily expenses, rent, and yeah, it was just so much to give someone who just came to the country to
yeah,
take care of. Yeah, like just, and then on top of that, you have the big cultural shock, like so many things different, how people talk, how people dress, social cues here, totally different again.
Hey, you made it this far. A pat on the back. Pat on the back.
Yeah, put on the back, bro. Miracles happen, guys.
During your time as a student, did you reach out to anyone for support or guidance when you faced these challenges?
Yeah, I did a bit. It was mostly my peer group and the student associations that have a QT. Yeah, I did reach out and people were very supportive. But then, don't get me wrong, there were some aspects of the challenges they couldn't fully help, especially when it came to changing from engineering to business. I went to see the student counseling services. Yeah, so they just literally laid all the facts out for me, told me what I needed to do, when I needed to have things done for this process to take place. And then, yeah, after that meeting, just hopped straight into it. And yeah, here I am now.
Another question. What kept you motivated to complete or continue your academic journey in Australia? And were there any specific goals or achievements that you set for yourself at the end of your studying?
Yeah, definitely with studying, the only thing that motivates me is because coming from an islander background, you just want to see your family, extended family, doing good or doing better than how we started. Because it is a real big sacrifice for my parents to put me here. So my aim right now is just get my degree, straight into the workforce, apply for skills assessment, after that get PR, and hopefully find some sort of way to get everyone else down here and give
Yeah,
them the same opportunities that I have right now. Because everything is just, yeah, massive culture shock. Like we can walk around at night around here and you're fine, stuff like that. Yeah, there's no like curfew on. Like buses are running. Buses run until what, 10, 11.
late, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Public transport in PNG is just nah, non-existent.
Yeah, I feel like making your parents proud, I feel like all kids want to make their parents proud because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, they taken the time to take you to school, so all you want to do is give back to them and show that you really care for the sacrifices that they made for you.
yeah. Because yeah, man. Before uni degree, it was playing footy, and then yeah, bro. So yeah, literally anything I aim for, they're very supportive about, which I do appreciate a lot. But yeah, becoming older is just realizing the things they've had to sacrifice for the
Yeah,
things that I will.
yeah. It's like when you're young, it's like, oh, parents don't really have to do that much, and then as soon as you step into
Mm,
the adult world, you're like, oh, how am I gonna pay my taxes? How am I gonna pay my bills?
bro, literally, how am I gonna pay rent or like what I'm gonna have to? I'll probably just have noodles tonight. Yeah, bro.
If you had any sickness or if you experienced any homesickness studying in Australia, how did you manage that and how were you able to stay connected with your friends and family?
Homesickness straight off the bat didn't hit me as hard as it would some other international students, I reckon, because I'm lucky my sister's down here already. She did a degree before I did, and she's doing pretty well. So anytime we both feel homesick or anything, we just hang around together or go on we call it a sibling date. We go on a little sip day, watch a movie, or have a barbecue or something. But I reckon the time it hit home the most was Christmas last year. That was the first time both of us spent Christmas away from our family, and it was just like, oh, big sob story. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, otherwise, I just a quick phone call here and there during the week to mom and dad, just hear their voices, video call makes a big difference. As
Yeah,
if yeah, if you don't call them and you just wallow in your sadness, I reckon it's not good for you. It's better to let all the emotions out than let it fester and boil inside. And if you have a solid friend group, just tell your friend group. You guys can talk about it and cheer each other up. That's literally the only thing you can do. Everyone's
yeah.
feelings are valid, you know?
Yeah, I feel like if you have that, even if you don't have immediate friends or family over in Australia or wherever you're studying, but if you have that friend group or support group that you can always put your shoulder on, it's always good for you. Even in your
Mm,
studying, when you're homesick or if you miss your friends and family, it can really affect your study because it's all in your mental state. Like you won't be able to get much done because there's so much stress and anxiety that's going through your head, and
yeah,
reflecting on friends and family can be a good way to manage that stress. So
mm,
always look for someone that you can go to.
yeah, for sure.
I have a couple more questions left and then we're on a wrap. Were there any academic goals that you were able to achieve with your studies through Australia or in Australia?
Is this just university?
Yeah.
Yeah, just in university. Uh, so could you expand a bit more of that? Like, what do you mean?
So any like academic goals that you set maybe when you're at
Oh,
high
like a
school?
grade?
Yeah.
Oh, like
And then
grades
set
wise?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So me, when I first came, the biggest thing was like the math side of engineering was really daunting, especially when I was in high school. And I just wanted to understand physics, good and proper, just understand it. Because I remember there was a very fond memory of me in high school, and it was year 12, my final year, the last physics paper that came out. And I just skipped through the exam in 30 minutes because I didn't know what I was doing. And like my goal when I came to uni was like just give it a red hot crack, see what I can get. If it's not a good mark, at least I can say I did my absolute best. If it is, then I don't know back to me. Yeah, I just dug. I can remember I dug down deep for that physics exam, good and proper. I spent almost 2 nights no sleep in the same week just before, and went smashed the physics exam, came back out, and I was feeling really good about myself. Got the results back, and I managed to get like a 6. So I was like, oh dang. Yeah, because they grade from scales from 0 to 7. So 6 is just before 7. So I was like, oh yo, like I was so happy, and I think that's when I realized like, oh man, I can actually do things academically if I set my mind to it and if I put in the effort. Like it's not
Yeah.
a matter of you're born smart or you're born dumb. It's how much effort you put in is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
And
just
that's
that.
good, man. That's good.
Yeah, sure. Didn't end up doing it though, because yeah,
That's
and
fair
that's
enough.
the thing. Yeah.
And my last question for you is what advice would you give to future international students who are considering studying in Australia?
Honestly, I'd say take the leap. It's gonna be daunting. There'll be a lot you have to get used to. The best advice I can give is as long as you have an open mind, trust the process. It'll be rough at first, but if you trust the process and you push through the rough patch, it's gonna be an amazing experience.
Good one. Thank you, Luke, and I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as I did. It was a pretty good one, pretty slick back and relaxed one.
Yeah, it was actually pretty chill. I was expecting to be put under the pump a bit, but this was really nice, really
Yeah,
nice.
I didn't want to stress you out too much, but
Nah, dude, you're good, you're good.
that's the wrap for us here at Valley Noble. Thank you again from Valley Noble. We extend the support and all the things that you guys do for us. And if you'd like to stay in touch with us, or if you'd like to see any more interviews that we have in store, make sure you stick around, follow our social medias at Fellow Noble, and you can find us there posting more interviews like we did with Luke here. But yes, thank you again, everyone, and I guess that's a wrap. That's a peace out from us.
Peace, peace. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.